What's going on, tribe? Welcome to my channel. Today's video is all about the push-up. Whether you're a beginner, you've always wanted to do a push-up, or you've seen me do push-ups across all social media platforms, today's video, I'm going to teach you my progression on getting perfect push-ups. I am also going to be using an analogy and bringing a concept that all of us need to understand when it comes to movement. I am sick and tired of hearing things like, you run like a girl, you do push-ups like a girl. If I can do push-ups, so can you. So let's show them. So before I take you through the progression for your push-ups, let's take you through a very important concept, the kinetic chain. Because once you understand that your body, in essence, moves as a whole and not in isolation, then the push-up, it's going to be easier to understand, because the push-up, it's not only about your arms, right? Force has to be generated, but you having a stable surface that is applying force evenly from your feet all the way up to the extremities, right? So that force can just go through the ground and you can have a better push-up. So if I was to tell you to stand in a squat and throw a ball, right? When we talk about the kinetic change and the way your body moves, energy, if I'm stable, here I'm stable, I have this ball, energy, it's going to come through my feet and travel all the way up in a certain pattern, so I am able to throw this ball with as much force. Now, if I stand on a Bosu ball, right? And the reason why I'm using this Bosu ball is so that you can understand that now I'm not stable, right? So when you're in your push-up, I'm gonna tell you how you're gonna stack your body so that you're in a stable position, and right away, your push-ups are going to improve. So now that I have all this instability, force and energy can leak through all these unstable joints, right? So now that I have this ball, I'm going to have less force to throw the ball because I am unstable. So energy is not traveling through the right pattern so that I can generate the right force to throw the ball. So now that we have this concept, let's take it to the push-up. Hopefully you guys understood. Your body moves as a whole. Stop thinking when you're doing a push-up, it's only about your arms and your upper back. All right, so let's talk about the push-up. So I want you to get into a push-up position, and now if I'm in this position and now my back is sinking, I'm unstable just like I was on that Bosu ball. If my ankles are unstable, how can I transfer all this energy into my push-up? So this is where I'm gonna tell you, get into this push-up position, make a straight line from shoulder to wrist, right? And now I want you to bring your feet together and lean forward. So now you have very stable ankles, right? So now you're squeezing your legs together, you're squeezing your butt, and you're keeping your core super tight. So now you have all this stability going from your ankles because everything is tight. Now you're creating all this tension, right? And now, instead of having just a really weak, and I'm exaggerating, right? A really weak push-up, right? If you're here thinking it's all about the arms, now I'm pushing away from the floor. I have everything tight. I'm squeezing my core super tight. Now I can literally go through my push-up ranges, and I can go up and down, and keep this core stable. So now that you understand this concept, try your push-up. See if now you can do your first push-up. If you can't, let me take you through a progression with step-by-step on the things that you have to do to maintain core stability and to generate enough force and to have enough muscular endurance and the strength to be able to do perfect push-ups. So I want you to grasp the concept that a push-up is a moving plank. So if you want to get really amazing push-ups, right, and have the muscular endurance to do as many push-ups as you want, then you're going to have to build that muscular endurance. And the best way is to do it with planks, right? So we're starting with a forearm plank. So if you're a beginner, you're going to start in your forearms, making a straight line from shoulder to wrist, wrist to elbow. From here, there's two things that I want you to always practice, right? Feet together, tuck the hips under, push away from the floor with the heels of your palms. And I want you to squeeze your butt as much as you can. So now we have this tension, right? And you're creating all this tension. That's the feeling that I want you to have when you're doing a push-up. So I want you to master this. You're gonna be doing 3 sets of 30 seconds up to a minute, 3 times a week. Everything that I'm telling you to do right now, if you really want to get your push-ups in a month. Okay, so let's talk about the high plank. Same concept, right? So this is the start of a push-up. Squeeze your butt together, tuck the hips under, push away from the floor and hold this position, right? Third progression, have to be able to have core strength in all these different planes of motion. So let's go and take this forearm plank, right? Where you're gonna be on your forearms, pushing away from the floor with the forearms, right? Making a straight line from shoulder to elbow, elbow to wrist. I like to stagger my feet together, right? Hips off the floor, parallel to the floor. If this is too much for you, you can start with 15 seconds, up to 20 seconds, up to 30 seconds, 45 seconds, up to a minute. Next progression, after you get super good at all these 3 different variations of planks, is a low iso hold. So all these iso holds are gonna help you not only create more muscular endurance, but they're gonna help you at those sticky points. So the hardest part of a push-up, right, is the low point. It's not descending your body, it's pushing yourself back up. So now, if you're holding at the hardest position of that movement, you're gonna be able to be strong in that position and get right back up for that push-up. So this is what a push-up hold looks like. So when you're bending your elbows, we bend and form an A, 45 degrees. So for this low plank hold, keep everything together, tuck, elbows in, forming a 90-degree angle between shoulder to elbow and elbow to wrist. I'm squeezing my butt together and I'm pushing away from the floor. I'm looking down and I'm holding this position, squeezing my elbows in together the entire time. Okay, this would be the next progression. If that is too hard, modify it. So what I would like you to do, get on the knees, drive your knees back, tuck under, hold this position right here. Once you get really, really, really good at doing those 3 times a week, remember, you can start with 15 seconds, up to 20 seconds, up to 30 seconds, up to 45, up to a minute, okay? Let's do the next progression. We took it from the top all the way to the bottom to hold it at our hardest, our sticky points, right? So now we're gonna go from the bottom up. Right? So now that we understand what it takes to hold the position at the bottom, what I want you to do is bring your thumbs right next to your breast line, right? So this would be the end of your push-up. I want you to squeeze your legs together, right? Tuck under, squeeze your butt. And now we're gonna press away from the floor and lower ourselves down. And say this is a yoga block where you roll up a towel that is not constantly doing that as you decelerate, you can do so. So from here, press, come all the way down, press, right. You can work on doing as many repetitions as possible without you breaking form, meaning you're not sagging, you're literally so compacted and using your entire body, applying force evenly. If this is too hard and you're still having issues, right? Pressing from the top, but you shouldn't, we're gonna modify it from here. You're gonna lower yourself and up, lower yourself and up. Okay, let's go up through the next progression. Let's go into a high plank position. And from here, again, squeeze everything together, tuck the hips under. You're going to try to decelerate your body and come right back up. Decelerate your body, keeping form, and right back up. Beautiful. Do as many reps as you can without breaking form. And we already know what breaking form is. So for our last progression, I want you to find yourself an elevated surface. So obviously, the higher the surface, the less weight you're sort of pushing, right? Or you're leveraging less weight. Therefore, it's gonna be easier, right? So if you wanna start from the top and work on your push-ups, squeeze everything together, bring your torso towards the bench, squeeze everything tight, and get through your push-ups. So what I would like you to practice is getting lower and lower and lower. Right below this video, I am giving you guys the workout to perform, and I guarantee you that you're going to get better push-ups and your first push-ups. Let's get it. Subscribe and like, and cannot wait to see you guys again. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions for other videos. Let's get it.